Hey Tracie's Place fam, welcome back to the channel. Today we are making a German chocolate box cake hack. Yes, you all seem to love those, and the ones I've made for you have come out really good. So we're doing it again, this time with the German chocolate. Don't forget to go to my other videos and see those too. I'll post those down below. But let's go ahead and get into this video. So we need one cake mix, and that's the Betty Crocker cake mix. And then we have half cup of vegetable oil, 1 cup of buttermilk, 4 room temperature eggs, a half cup of water, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a pinch of salt, and if you have on hand, 2 tablespoons of the Jello chocolate pudding mix and 1 tablespoon of the cocoa baking mix. If you don't have it, it's okay, but this just deepens the flavor a little bit, so that's what we're going to add. If you can see back there, I've already prepared my pans. And what I do is I put shortening in my pans, just a thin film of shortening with a pastry brush. And then I put flour in mine and shake the excess out. And that's how I prepare my pans. If you have non-stick spray for baking, you can use that as well. What I'm going to do is just put the dry ingredients in here. It just makes it simple to add them all together at the same time. So that's the cake mix there. And we're just going to measure out 2 tablespoons of the Jello pudding mix, 1 tablespoon of cocoa, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I can't find my little whisk, so I'm just using a fork just to blend it. And like I said, if you do not have the Jello mix on hand and you don't have the cocoa, it's okay. If you have one or the other, it's okay. If you don't have those, your cake will turn out just fine. So what I am going to do is this time, I'm going to put all the eggs in. And you can do it differently if you like to, but I want to put all the wet ingredients in first and just give it a mix with the eggs. And then add in the dry ingredients together. I'm just going to turn that on slow, and then I'm going to add the vanilla. And we're just adding in 1 teaspoon. Okay, got that going. And the eggs, they have broken up, which is great. That's what I was waiting for. Doesn't take long. And we're going to go ahead and add in the dry ingredients. Some people wonder, why make a cake from a box when you can make it from scratch? Well, it's easiest for beginners and even something good for people who just want to save time. All the profiles are there for leavening, and it's hard to mess up and make a dry cake. So it's best to start out like this or save time. Not all from scratch cakes are good, like people brag, but you can make a box cake taste like from scratch. Always scrape down the sides of your bowl. I have this edge here on my beater, but you may not, so I just want to remind you to do that. Always scrape down your bowl and make sure everything is mixed in. If you have to give it another mix, do that. But after you get all your ingredients in, you need to beat it for a good 1.5 minutes or so. 2 minutes max. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get these in our pans now that the batter is mixed. You can use a scale if you want to weigh both pans to make sure that they're equal. But I've never had one since I've been making wedding cakes since, oh goodness, 26 years. I made wedding cakes, and during that time I'd never used a scale, you guys. I have a scale for my body butter, and I could go down and get that, but I don't feel like going down to get it. So I will just eye it, and you probably can do the same thing. Just eye it and try to make sure it's equal to the other pan. Okay, now that you can tell if they're level or not, make the adjustments. And if they're level now, go ahead and pound them. Get the air bubbles up out of the cake mix. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get them into a preheated 350-degree oven. All right, the cakes are out of the oven, and I just like to, they've been sitting for 10 minutes, okay? They cooked for 24 minutes. Your oven might be different than mine, so do give that consideration. I know a lot of people want to know how long to cook cake layers and stuff like that, which is that, you know, that's fine, but everybody's oven is different. Everybody lives in different locations. The altitude is different, and that plays a factor. So what you want to look for is sticking a toothpick in it, you know, while, like right before you take it out the oven. Try to stick a toothpick in each layer to see if it comes out fairly clean. If it has a few crumbs on it, that's perfect. That means it's still moist. You don't want it like bone dry. Like when you put the toothpick in and it comes out bone dry, then that means that your cake is on the drier side, and you're going to need to like split those layers open and definitely frost those layers. But you want a little bit of crumb on it, and that way that is perfect. So, and like I said, for my oven, I'm sorry about the noise, the metal on metal, so hurry up and get that done. Just want to make sure that that's up from the side, and we want to go ahead and flip these out. I like to just kind of do like this to make sure it's not going to stick on me and like break off half the cake when I go to flip them out. I like to make sure that they're not stuck at the bottom. And you can just, you see how that comes loose? If you just give it a hard shake, quick shake like that, okay? And it's not sticking. So you go ahead and flip that out on your wired rack, and I put paper towel over my wired rack so that nothing sticks. Okay, what I usually do is I just do like this because they're not super hot. Like I said, I let it sit for a little bit. And then I go ahead and I flip it out like so. All right, and let them cool completely. It is the best time right now to go ahead and make your icing, but I apologize, y'all. I'm not leaving y'all high and dry though, but my storage is low and I cannot do 2 videos in one. I can't make this a long video and upload it to my Mac so I can edit it. So there's 2 videos, one for the cake and one for the icing. So go ahead and go over to the icing video right now. It's at the end of this video. And if for some reason you don't see the little square, you can always go down in the drop down description box below this video and the link is there also.